Hi everybody, second opinion with Dr. Manolo. Wherever you are, which country you are, the time you have, put attention to what we are going to be saying today, because after you see what we say, maybe our channel is going to be closed. We don't know. But we have a nice conversation in Spanish. Now we are going to do in English with our theologist Marta Garcia regarding to what is going on now, because we have the election in 3 days here in the US. So you need to know the agendas of the both parties in order for you to take a right decision, or you call to your family living in the US, they can give a vote. So give the vote to the proper party.
Absolutely.
How are you?
Hi, my friends. How are you? We are 3 days from the election. Can you believe it?
Unbelievable.
The time is already in here. Friends, family, the time is here. The day is now. Today is the day that you need to make a decision. I am happy to see long lines of individuals.
It's a long time ago.
Making the effort to go and vote.
I was checking how many people went to vote in advance. Over 90 million people.
Wow, that is encouraging.
Okay, let's go.
That is encouraging. Well, we are going to start to notice that the environment is really, really high charged with energy. Positive energy, negative energy.
But I never felt this kind of situation.
It is highly charged. I never felt like this. There's like many things moving in the environment.
Including the spiritual life.
Spiritual is the main thing that is moving around this election. And other thing that we could notice is that the emotions of the people are stirred very deeply. It's not like in previous times when people were more rational and they will stop and think and read and make a decision.
Now it's emotional.
Now it's all emotional, and that is a problem that we have, because if you vote emotionally, you can make a mistake.
And you can feel sorry.
And you can regret it later on. If you feel that, let's say, for instance, you don't like Donald Trump because he has this, and the other, and you attach your emotion to that perception that you have about him, you might vote for the wrong policies. So what we encourage you to do right now is to disattach your emotions from this election, and you just pay close attention to the policies that are being promoted in this time. And that's why we're here. We want to give you a more neutral, balanced perspective, but it's more for you to analyze the policies and the things that each party represents, so you can vote with your conscience, not with your emotions.
Okay, so when we were talking about what is going on here in the US, I could say this. The result is going to be happening after the November 3rd could be changing in the good way to the whole world or the bad way to the whole world. So it is so crucial for you to be reading the propositions they are promoting.
Pay more attention, yeah.
Exactly. And we are going to be talking a little bit the difference between the capitalism and the socialism, because the party of Democrats, which is Joe Biden as a candidate, Kamala Harris as a vice president, they are promoting the socialism. So you have to know, especially you people, not the people living in the US and they never left US, not even as tourists. No, the people living in Latin America, in the East Europe, in the Asia, in the continent of Africa, because they know how it is the socialism. They know to have the US, it is the only country you can go in case you cannot live in your country. But if the socialism is coming to the US, where do you go?
In fact, let me tell you something that is very interesting too. There's only 3 countries right now that are standing against the New World Order, which is United States, Israel, and Russia. Now, the strongest of the 3 is the United States. That is why all the attacks are coming very strong on President Trump, because he is definitely against globalism, socialism, and many other things that we're going to review in a few minutes. But if United States fall, it means the whole world is going to collapse.
Exactly. Let's talk a little bit about the agendas they have, like the Democrats, they say pro-abortion. Mamma mia.
Pro-abortion, wow. That has been highly controversial from years and years, and he's been moving from one point to another. But if we look deeper into the subject, we're going to find out that the founder of Planned Parenthood, her intention was to totally exterminate the black people. That was her intention.
And you who are on pro-Democrat Party, believe this, especially if you are Black American or African American. If you are voting for Democrats, they don't like blacks. Simple like that. They don't like blacks. But they are trying to tell you they are in pro of you, which is they are lying.
Absolutely. So then, if we go deeper into the subject of Planned Parenthood and abortion, we're going to find out that the real intention was to exterminate black people. And there is a spiritual reason for it, people. Look for it, investigate. There's a spiritual reason why they attack black people especially. They have a special calling and they have a special purpose, and those friends and family of black that we have, acquaintances and friends that are already awake, they understand that, and that's why they're moving to support President Trump. So can we touch a little bit on the debates?
Yes.
I am a little disappointed on the way the debates went, because they were emphasizing so much on the COVID-19 that they failed to touch on the policies that we are going to review right now. They insist in pointing the finger to President Trump as if he was responsible for the virus. Okay, hello. Who are we going to blame for chickenpox? Who are we going to blame for the flu? Who are we going to blame for all other diseases that we are surrounded with?
They don't have anything to be talking against him. So
they
are using the COVID-19. Please.
Yeah, wasting all of that precious time talking about COVID-19 and pointing at it and continuously. And you know what other thing that I noticed? I didn't know if I should laugh or throw my shoe at the screen. They consistently and continuously asking the president if he will renounce white supremacy. And I count the times that he did it, more than 100 times. He has publicly said that he is not attached to them, that he condemned them, that he criminalized those actions, and he said it over and over and over. And the same reporter asked him several times, like, are you really, really sure that you're not that you're renouncing white supremacists? And then he will say, I think he was tired. He was tired of repeating that so often. So they were doing that.
They don't have arguments.
Because they don't have any other way to get at him. So they wasted so much time in that white supremacist, COVID-19, and many other things that were irrelevant to what is important to us.
But I made a question to myself. I said, what happened if we got Democrats on the government and the COVID-19 came in? Do you think they could manage in a different way? They will be happy, everybody.
Probably. Yeah, so anyway, then I was a little disappointed in that. That's why we make a decision to bring to the table and remind you of what are the policies that each party is supporting, so you can do an intelligent decision and you can disattach yourself emotionally. So try to look at this in a very rational way. Like, what do you want for your country? What do you want for your children? Especially us, like we are in our middle age, and we're seeing things different. Because it is
I am
true.
over 21, just in case.
It is true that we are a little bit disconnected with previous generation, and that is because our colleges are no longer places of education, but places of socialist indoctrinations, and we allow that. We allow that to happen. It's our fault.
If we give a vote and we say yes in the proposition, they are going to do it, and you are authorizing them to do it.
It's our fault, people. We allowed our colleges to go that route because we were innocent or naive, thinking that everything is okay. No, my friends, not everything is okay. We lost that generation, and that's why we're seeing this chaos. That's why 40% of our youth believes that socialism is the best route to go.
Do you know why they think that way? Because they never went out to the real socialist country.
That's one thing. They don't tell them the real story in colleges. They're talking about other things, but know what is really important. So, well, after this being said, let's go ahead and review the points for the different parties. Would you?
Okay. Democrats, they say pro-abortion.
Pro-abortion. Okay. If you are in favor of abortion, let me clarify. What are you supporting now? Let's look at some images that I have here on abortion. Okay. This is the slogan of the Democrats that strongly support abortion. They say abortion on demand. Abortion on demand without apology.
Yes, that's
Can you imagine?
That's
without apology, meaning it doesn't matter if I kill my baby at the time that he's born, I'm not going to ask him for any forgiveness, and I'm not apologizing for killing my own baby. What is that? That is horrible. Okay? So then, now look at them. Would you tell that this image is equal to a blob of blood? Really? How can you say that?
Yeah. They
the
are
sanctity
basically
of
taken
life,
out by pieces.
The concept of sanctity
and
of
the little
life
baby cannot say, you are hurting me or stop or something.
And the babies feel pain.
Of course.
Feel pain. The only difference between cutting a person in pieces when it's 3, 4, 5 years old and you're looking at it is that person is going to be saying, ouch, it hurts. But a baby, when it's inside of the womb and you're pulling him piece by piece, can emit a sound. But that's what you're supporting, killing the babies. It's horrible.
But something more horrible is this. That little baby could be the next president of the U.S.
Yes.
Please.
And now, here's another point that we're talking about. The more babies that are killed in abortion are black babies. Now, this is a hint for you.
Yes.
Black babies are the majority of being killed. And that comes because they have a spiritual purpose, and it's something spiritually going on with them. They're special and they have a purpose.
Okay? They have over 5,000 black kids every single day. Can you believe?
Yes. It breaks my heart. Yes. It is hard to look. Now, that is not only the point. Now, look at this. After they kill the babies,
they sell by pieces.
They sell the aborted babies. Aborted babies for sale. That's what you're supporting. You're supporting killing the babies and then selling them as if they were nothing. Nothing. That's one of the reasons Planned Parenthood is a multi-billion industry. Because they're not only kill your babies and charge us for that, and charge the government for that service, but they sell the pieces. I don't even know how to put it in my mind. I can't come to a rational explanation on how do we do that. You know, it has nothing to do with the right of a woman. Yes, this
and
is my body.
And the most important is you as a woman, you can prevent that situation.
That is preventable. Now, this is my body. I have the right to my body, and that I agree with you, ladies. This is my body. But if I have a body that is being formed inside of me,
it's too late.
It's a separate body. It's no longer my body. Therefore, I don't have any right over that little body that is being created inside of me. So, you are pro-abortion. This is what you're supporting, and if you are okay with it, it's fine too. Because at the end of your time, you're going to give account for everything you have done. And something that God Almighty hates the most is when we shed innocent blood. And what more innocent blood do you want than our baby? Yes, it just, okay. Go on.
Okay, let's go about socialism and capitalism.
And we were just talking about how our kids in this generation is just going so strong for socialism because they've been indoctrinated in believing that if we turn our country into a socialist country, everybody's going to be happy. Everybody's going to have food. Everybody's going to have...
I can give an advice on that. Like if you have I could say a teenager, 17, 18, 20 years old, okay? and they want to know, they say, oh, socialism for our country. Okay, send to Cuba, send to Venezuela for a few weeks.
For 6 months. A camp.
They cannot survive.
A learning camp.
They cannot survive. I'm talking about 2-3 weeks only. When they go there, no medicine, no food, no water, no internet, no electric power.
Police.
No police to see if they like the socialism.
No
they are going to come back and they
appointments.
are going to be our leaders saying no to socialism. But because they didn't go outside, so they don't know how the socialism is.
They don't know. And it's important that you understand that we as an immigrants, we have a different perspective on United States. Because we came from the outside, and we came from countries in some instances that are highly corrupted. The people, the population of our countries, they have no arms, so they have no means of defending themselves. The police, when you need it, it never shows up. So it's really a very difficult situation sometimes. And the corruption is up to here. So when we come to this country and we notice the freedom and the service, it is just like we embrace that country and we don't want this country to go down.
I was receiving texts from African countries, from Asia, from East Europe, from Latin America. They say, please don't allow to be the socialists implementing in the US because it won't be any other country we can go.
Exactly.
So because they are living that reality outside. So talk please with your family here, people living here. Don't vote for the socialism because this is a Democrat Party agenda.
Yes.
Don't allow that.
Don't. Let's wake up. Let's analyze really what we are for. Because trust me, the outcome of a socialist America means the collapse of the world.
We can talk like hours about the socialism.
Each theme that we have here, we can give it 2 hours.
Yep. What about Christianity and atheism, which is the Democrat Party is promoting the atheism? Don't believe on God.
Well, it's interesting how Miss Harris says that she's a woman of faith. That caught my attention because that phrase, it could be not only catchy, but it can be misleading as well. Because if you said, I am a woman of faith, okay, fine, but whose God are we talking about?
Yes.
If she is pro-abortion, she is definitely not.
Is not a Christian.
Faith on the God of the Bible. Okay, and one more point that I wanted to make in that is that, remember when they were investigating Planned Parenthood?
Yes.
She was the one that pursued the investigator. She didn't pursue Planned Parenthood for doing illegal things. She wanted to cover up the truth, and she pursued the person that uncovered the truth. So now that leads you to think what kind of moral she has, and what kind of woman of faith she is. If she's covering the truth, and she wants to cover the truth, and don't let the truth to come to
Let's change to the big government, small government. What the socialist system they do it is they trying to get as much employees
control, yes.
With them because they say they can vote for us. And what happens is if they have like millions of people working for the government, but if there is no income because the socialists, what they do it is they spend somebody else's money, especially from the companies, because they don't know how to produce money.
Exactly.
Give me a break. Joe Biden was 47 years in the Senate related to the politics. What did he do?
Not much. I don't think nothing that we can count as remarkable.
And they are saying, oh, we are going to be doing this for illegal people coming with no documents here to the U.S. when they were on command for 8 years, for altogether 8 years with Obama. They deport over 4 million people, like more people than in the last 3 administrations. They did that. And now they say, we are going to be doing this for illegal immigrants. Please,
now, Manolo, tell me, who built the cages? For the record, who built the cages?
Obama, in his administration.
And they keep on saying that it was Trump. Please, my friends, do a research. Obama administration built the cages for the kids. Okay, It's not Donald Trump. He did the opposite of something. He was trying to bring the families back.
Now, they say, we don't want the people who has guns. Do you know what they do? They have an agenda. They say, we are going to be taking out the guns from the civilians. And after that, they are going to put away on the street like people were in the jail to create a security. They go that way, and after that, what they do, it is okay. Now we are going to be putting inside the houses with the pandemic or creating a new fear for the
uncertainty
cities.
and tribulation.
Yes. Yeah. So they have a really agenda to go step by step in order to be implementing the socialism.
Well, if we look at the history, we're going to see that the same strategies to imposing socialism and Marxism and all that stuff is the first step is to take away the guns from people. Take away the right of their guns from people. And that way people don't have a means to defend themselves. Okay? So after you do that, you remove that, and then you release all type of criminals because social justice and all other stuff. And then you take away the police.
Yes.
Now, I have noticing just lately, the environment as it is, how the services are not as effective as they were a few years ago. Because I remember that before you call the police, in a minute, they were there. Very effective. Everything.
Yes.
Almost every service was almost immediate. You will get your driver's license very soon, very quickly. So all the processes very effective, highly effective. And now you call the police and they take 30 minutes, 40 minutes. So by the time they come, everything is
it was the best police in the world. Like when you call it, in less than 2 minutes, they were arriving to your place.
Yes.
No longer.
Not anymore. So we are in that process, in that transition where we really, really need to pay attention. If we accept the Democrat agenda, that's where we're heading.
We are going to be living in anarchism. So the people doing whatever they want, killing to each other, especially that.
Yes. Terrible, terrible situation.
Okay, let's go to one of the propositions. They say we are going to be increasing the property taxes.
And that is a hot button for me, and I'm going to explain you why.
Go ahead.
I'm going to explain you why. The high taxes for the property is only, in my perspective, how I see and how I read between the lines, is just an intention to take away the private property. Why do I say that? If they increase the taxes on the homes, this is how they want to do it. And as an example, I would say that you buy your house for $100,000. 30 years later or 25 years later, you pay it off, you retire. Now you're living in your own home.
Which is already paid.
It's already paid off, and on your retirement. And you're paying taxes on $100,000. That I think is very fair because that's how you bought it. So then you pay your property taxes on $100,000 home. But what they want to do is they want you to pay taxes in the current value of your home, which means if your home is now at $750,000, they want you to pay taxes based on that. Now, tell me how you're going to do that if your retirement is, let's say, $3,000 or less, and how you're going to come
Impossible. They are going to be putting a lien in your property and taking out your property later on.
See?
And if you vote yes, you are authorizing them to do it.
Exactly. So see how the strategy goes and how the deception goes so deep. They give you those propositions with a lot of deceptive language, so they lead you to believe something different of what it really is. So if we vote for that, that means that we are putting our seniors at risk, and we are voting yes to annihilate private property at all. Because who is going to be able to pay taxes in the future? If I buy my home at $500,000 now, and then 20 days from now I retire on, let's say, $5,000 a month, but the property taxes are going to be in $2 million, I won't be able to pay.
Impossible. So, okay, let's go to the other subject. Before we go to Obamacare or the health issues, let's go to open borders. Democrats, they want to open borders because they say everybody can live in any country they select.
That sounds fair if we all have the same mindset, the same vision, and the same desire to help each other. That would work wonders if we all have the mindset that we need to produce, We need to work. We need to support. We need to respect. That will work, but it's not going to be like that because the United States is the only country that has this foundation of high morals and a structure that is putting him in one of the most important places financially, and I could say morally. The structure as well.
We say again to the people living outside of this country, call to your relatives and say, please read this and take the right decision.
Yes,
otherwise it is going to be too late.
Decision, both
the last
for your
one
country, not for the person.
Before we go to the spiritualist area, about the Obamacare.
Obamacare, disaster.
Totally
disaster. I remember a while ago when I was raising my kids, I was paying like $195 to $250 a month for my family. We have excellent care, excellent doctors, an appointment within 2-3 days. It was excellent. It was very affordable. Okay, you didn't put any strains on you. It was good.
Now
Service
it is
and cost.
The appointment is going to be in 3 months.
And nowadays,
what
happened with Obamacare is that now the fees increase at $450 for the family of 4 to 5. And as you said,
it is not in your
you
budget.
need an appointment, and it's not today. It's like 3 weeks from now because
not
they
3
don't
weeks,
have it
3
or
months.
3 months. So then it is just a disaster. Now it's not that we don't want everybody to have access to medical service. We do, but this is not the right proposition. It was not the proper system to implement because this is called social medicine, and social medicine, people, leads to death, corruption, and many other things that we really, really don't want to do.
So in this country, it is hard to get sick or to pass away.
You better don't get sick. Don't get sick, or you like. Yeah, can we compare, like, if we go to Mexico, we have socialized medicine.
Yes.
Every employee has either a social or different entities, but they're all social. So the services and the way the doctors manage, it's just a lot of corruption. You really don't get that 100% care that you need. You need to go to a private practice to get that service.
Because the time it is going fast, let's go to the spiritual area, because I don't know if you feel, I feel
yes,
like something strong is on the air.
Something is
positive or negative.
Yeah.
I never felt that way.
It is really, really. Yeah, let's talk about the spiritual part. Okay. We already told you a few of the policies. You analyze, you vote according to your conscience, but we're going to give you some encouragement and some hope. God is in control. He's a creator.
I like that part.
He's a creator of heaven and earth. Okay? And he loves his creation. He's called the Prince of Peace. So if we abide to him, if we align to his guidelines that he gave us in his word, we're going to be at peace in the middle of this tribulation. That's number one. Number two is my belief that Mr. Trump is gonna win, not because of everybody of what everybody's saying, not because of the communication platforms are saying, because they actually want to kill him, literally, but because many people. Do you see how many 100,000 people gathered together to pray for the election? So that has way more power than any ritualistic. In fact, let me show you this image that we put here of what happened during the riots.
That's the Antifa group.
Yeah, we saw Antifa rituals going on the street, burning the flags, eating the heart of the animal, showering himself in blood, and then calling on the entities of chaos. So that's what we have right now, my friends and family. People doing this kind of rituals, calling for dark entities to attack Mr. Trump, our President Trump. But this is what I want to bring to the table to you. God is in charge, and none of these entities can surpass his power. He's in charge, and every entity need to bow their knee on his authority. So this is my hope for you today. Go get close to the Creator. Pray, pray, pray. Believe. And especially this Halloween. but a lot of things are going on. And then the full moon.
Yes, I was surprised on that.
The full moon has a special significance during occultic rituals. So it's very important that you pray, that you believe, and that you declare the promises that God has in store for us. It is true that this era is very close to the end, but it's not yet. Okay? We still have a few steps to complete according with Bible prophecy. And God is being very, very merciful. He's giving us an extra time of grace to awake, to go back to Him, and to understand that we must be aligned with His guidelines. And we need to be close to Him to be able to feel at peace during this situation. So friends, don't be afraid. And don't pay too much attention to this. I mean, pay attention as far as praying for the presidency, the election,
and to have
our
the information
country.
what is going on around. Yes, so we have to give a recommendation.
But don't be afraid.
Yeah, we are a few hours before the election, so please go now, tomorrow, or the Tuesday 3rd. Give your vote. The vote depends on you, the liberty, your future, your family, your country. Even if you don't live in the U.S., or you are planning to come to U.S., call to your relatives, give a vote to the proper party.
Absolutely. Pray with your conscience, my people, my friends. Vote with your conscience, pray with your spirit, and I'm telling you, you're going to be at peace. Even if Democrats or Republicans win, we're going to have some reaction.
Exactly.
You know, a little violent reaction in some certain places.
But after that situation passes, imagine this: if Donald Trump gets the re-election, it is going to have it in control because he's a strong guy.
He has a strong hand.
Exactly. He's going to say, that's it.
That's it. Let's go back to what
so
we used to be.
So you know to give a vote. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time. Have a great day. Hope, because